So that said, the first question that I had, and obviously this is very versed, and everybody has a different opinion which they're entitled to. But in you guys' opinion, why do people go to jail? Why do people find themselves committing crimes and doing things that lead them to jail?
Can I go?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm glad that was the first question because I was sitting here thinking about that. Sometimes it's, I mean, that's like you said, that's a very broad question. So growing up in my house, and I thought about that driving here, that's crazy. No one in my house had a job. Nobody. From may she rest in peace, my great grandmother, my uncles, everyone sold drugs, everyone, hid guns. They raided my house all the time. So growing up, that's all I knew. When I walked outside of my door, like I literally lived across the street from the Crispus Addicts, but that village just wasn't big enough or wasn't open long enough because I could go there from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock, but I was at 551 McKenzie Street most of my time, watching and learning how to bag up crack, sell crack, heroin, learning how to dismantle guns and how, that's all I was doing. So at a young age, I remember thinking that I wanted to be a queen pin. Like that was my goal in life, to become a queen pin. So it was the seeing is believing thing for me. It was like I was just doing what I seen. And then once you get caught up into that lifestyle, now it's like this is my family. I felt protected. All the trauma that was going on in my home, the streets became my family. So I would have to say, and I look at, working with kids today, and I go inside their homes, some of these kids, their homes look just like mine. Their parents aren't working, everybody's selling weed, so at the end of the day, we have to be that face for these children, but again, they may only see us, like these kids right now, they only gonna see us till 3 o'clock. We don't know what they going back home to. You understand? So I think that, for me, that has a lot to do with why. And then the other piece with that is, I remember as a kid that when someone came home, it was a celebration. The welcome home party. So I wanted one of those, you putting clothes on their bag, giving them money. So I'm like, oh, so you just go to jail? Again, this is a 9-year-old thinking these things. So now I'm trying to get to jail so I can come home and get showered with all that stuff, but that was the mindset. So that's my answer.
Feel free to jump in whenever you got.
Hello. Yeah, outside of my own testimony, because I started selling drugs because my mother was on drugs. I was 12 years old, and she used to leave me and my brother in the house for days at a time with no food. My dad was in jail for homicide. But some of the things that I see today is the cool factor. You know what I'm saying? You got kids getting into the street life for cool points. Ignorance has become the new cool in the streets. An ignorant person went around and started a rumor years ago saying the working man is a sucker. And which is not true, and I work hard today to teach people otherwise. And like Tiff said, also, I tell people I did 10 years in jail, and some kids be like, oh, that's what's up. And I'm like, no, that's not what's up. Because I was hurting in jail. My family was hurting. That's not what's up, so just helping change that mindset, because people think it's cool selling drugs and shooting guns and all of that nonsense. Like, we tell ourselves in the inner city some of the wrong stuff, and we have to change that mindset, change that narrative.